Ladies and gentlemen, here joining
Fuck
us
yeah.
today is none other than the Trips official, a.k.a. producer for Dirty Prescott Kids.
What up, what up?
Tony, a.k.a. Trips. How's it going today?
Oh, it's going. Happy to be here.
Do you have any producer tags or like that shit like
Damn, son.
real trap shit?
So I haven't really done anything with it, but I do have just a laugh that I recorded. You know, almost kind of like, you know how Wiz Khalifa has a signature laugh thing?
Couple
Kinda
lighter
went like that.
flicks.
But the funny thing is I don't laugh like my watermark.
I was gonna say, can you bring us in with your watermark?
Yeah,
We're gonna
what
put
is
you
it?
on the spot right away.
So here's one thing that I found as we were doing a little dirt on you just
Yeah,
to see
dig it
what we
up.
could find.
All right.
You have a lot better friends than we do because
Oh, is that so?
everyone that we contacted, and I'm talking specifically about Travis,
Okay.
he did not out you whatsoever.
Hey.
He just gave us great talking points, and I was like, wow,
That's good.
very
That's good.
respectful. I could not believe it. If you would have said, hey, I need dirt on Cody, both these motherfuckers would have folded like a napkin.
That shit, now I'm a little nervous. Like, who'd you
Oh, for
contact?
sure.
Well, your first grade teacher actually just told us something about your drawings were good, and we're like, I can't run with that.
And
at
that
all.
was it.
Yeah, that's about all they had. But
Yeah, so Travis actually told us, hey, talk to him about the making of Ronnie D and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I was actually visiting my parents in Arizona, and he literally just threw together the drums to it and just whipped this up out of nowhere and sent it to me. And I remember I was driving in my parents' car when we first listened to it, and we're just jamming
With
it.
your parents?
Yeah, with my parents.
What did they say? Were they like, oh, wow.
Hey, surprisingly, my parents are very supportive of just about everything music-wise.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
My dad was jamming it. He was bumping. It's
like,
and you know,
hell yeah.
but after that, when I got home, all I did was really throw in some sub bass to it and kind of spice it up a little bit. And
Yeah.
there it was. But majority of it was actually done by Trav.
Do you master his stuff too?
So I do the mixing and mastering of everything.
Damn.
So even if I haven't produced the song, I'm still a part of it in some way, shape, or form.
do you ever get some audio files from you're like, dude, this is rough. Like this is like we gotta redo this.
he wouldn't out you, so why don't you out him?
Right.
I was going to say, it might not necessarily be because of something that he did, but I've definitely had troubles with vocals. You know, like, oh, man. I think Squad took me a month and a half. You know, and another thing that I should note is actually all of this started taking off really fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, being from my background, I was a dubstep producer.
Oh,
And
okay.
So
shit.
mixing and mastering is completely different.
So you're used to like performing aspect of music, like mixing
performing,
songs
but,
together, or like what was your
I was still
specialty
a
before?
producer of dubstep, so I'm like doing sound design and, you know, different. It's just a completely different world in the production sense of things. You know, hip hop and stuff can be a little abstract, but overall it follows rules of music. Dubstep and electronic, not even close. You know, like distortion sounds good on dubstep. You put that over a track with vocals, everybody's going to turn it off.
Right.
You
Like,
know,
this fucking
so
sucks.
Am I listening to a transformer right now?
when all this stuff is happening and, you know, we're gaining significant traction, I'm over here still learning. You know, a lot of this
Right.
was, you can even hear it, like if you listen to our first album, that was, to me, it is very amateur mixing and mastering now. But if you would have asked me a couple years ago, I would have proudly, you know, shown it
I'm
off.
like, hell yeah, that's
Yeah,
mine.
yeah.
Dude, I feel the exact same way about our videos. I mean, like,
That's
you go
a
back and
good
look
thing.
at our first video, and it's dark. There's
Right.
one light on us
Yep.
from the front. There's one camera. We have no idea what we're doing. It's like a hue of blue over the screen.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible. But at the time, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever done. This is my, what is it? What do they call that? Your Magna,
Carta,
No fucking idea.
whatever that is. Like your life's work.
the climax.
That's what I was, the climax.
it's all downhill from here, buddy.
Where bees die.
As much of it that it sucks to look back on your work and just be like, man, I wish I would have done that better, or this sounds like shit, you know, that's a good thing that you can recognize that, because that means you're improving.
Yeah, and that's the same aspect. It's all about growth and you seeing
Absolutely.
from where you came from and having these old tracks makes you realize how far that you've progressed in your trade. So, I mean, honestly, a dubstep and shit is 100% my guilty pleasure. Like, I don't look like the guy.
I have some stuff to show you then.
Dude, honestly, send it over. I'm down because what do they call it now? This rhythm? Like, what's up with this new country rhythm fucking vibes going on?
I actually know that song exactly. It's by Hall.
Okay.
He's a monster.
But I've heard of
Hurtbox.
I've
One
heard
of the two. They're twin brothers, actually, so that's why I'm getting them confused.
Damn.
Okay, twins, dude.
They actually
Burritos
have
at 4 a.m.,
alias
dude.
called the Stranger Twins.
Okay.
And it blew my mind when I figured that out because I thought there were three completely different people. You know?
So your main music that you used to produce and everything was dubstep and electronic and everything like that.
And it was actually rhythm in particular.
Okay.
And all that is, when you listen to dubstep, it's just a simplified, basic version of it, I guess. So instead of just being in your face with, just being very aggressive, rhythm is intended to be more simplistic.
Okay.
So when I'm performing live, you can mix multiple together to kind of create your own thing. And that's what I really fell in love with. So it's, yes, you want to make a solid track, but overall the intention at the end is to be used almost as a tool for DJing. So, you put that over the top of another song, or you're chopping it between a song that sounds similar and kind of create something on the fly. And that's what I really enjoyed about it.
Fucking right. You're getting all these random things that should not mix together, these songs that should not transition or should have no business being together, and making them work is like, it's almost like a high to me. Like, I love that shit.
It works great if you know how to do it well, but if I've heard many people doing it on the fly where it's just like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
turn it off.
Let's go back in time a little bit, back when things were simpler. When you guys are working on the first debut album for Dirty Prescott Kids,
oh man,
what was going through your head? Did you know it was going to be a success right away? Like, what was your faith in it? How did it go?
I don't think it was a success if you define that with numbers. Nothing happened until after Rage In. But I mean, we made actual CDs, and we went downtown during Prescott days, and we sold pretty much all of them.
Just on the street, just selling them?
Well, yeah, we had a, I want to say it was the Monkey Bar, I think, downtown in Prescott, and they actually let us play a couple songs like off of the album.
Oh,
Trav
that's
didn't
sweet.
want to perform. He was not in the mood to do so, which is fair. We were not even in that realm yet.
Yeah.
See,
But,
this is shit you're preaching to the younger generation that has never experienced the mixtape handling and people going around trying to flip that and sell mixtapes.
Yeah, Sam.
In the old days.
Do you know what a CD is?
Dude, honestly, since
have one
I've
for you.
been of driving age, I've never bought a CD in my whole life.
That's insane to me.
But you did buy one before driving age?
Yeah, when I was like, the first CD I ever bought was Green Day, the grenade that looks like a heart, whatever the fuck it's called. That was the first CD I've ever bought. And I was like fucking 7.
So you know what's crazy? There was a time where we used to travel to certain places to get CDs because they were the explicit versions of the CDs. You used to be only able to buy explicit versions of the CDs like at Target, I think.
Yeah.
Target,
Couldn't go to Walmart.
No,
Walmart
was
censored.
all edited.
I bought my first CD at Barnes & Noble.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble?
System of a Down Toxicity. It was explicit, and I had to have my cousin buy it for me.
You had to be
Damn.
18 just
Yeah.
to buy an explicit CD. Dude, that's wild to think about.
I don't even think it was 18. I think it was like 16 or something. Like I don't know exactly.
Because
but
honestly,
it was-
as long as I've been listening to music like by myself, it has been on iTunes or something else. Like I had just had no need.
shit, you're young, this little pup, dude. You don't understand. So he was flipping CDs, and
So
You
the
don't understand?
debut album comes out. It did its thing, but it didn't bring the numbers.
Right.
How many years later was Ragin'?
Oh man, I think we put out the first album in 2018,
Yep.
and that was probably 3 years after we started doing stuff together. And Rage In, that was 2021, I think. I want to say 2021.
Because I just want to say that song, first of all, is an absolute banger.
is,
It gets
no
me
doubt.
fired up on a Friday night. I listened to it on the way here. So that song drops. How long did it take before the numbers start going, because like for people that don't know, that song has over 3 million plays. Is it? I mean,
I think that's just on the one platform
on Spotify.
That's just Spotify.
Yeah, you're probably talking 6 or 7.
So how long was it released before it really started to just take off?
You know, I feel like this one is more of a question for Trav almost, because at this point I was actually living in Arizona. Long story short, shit happened. I had no other option, so I moved back with my parents for a year. And that's when all this stuff started actually happening, and why I'm here today, thankfully. Thank you, Trev. But
no free shout outs.
No, but I think it was a specific video or something that he did on TikTok that really took off, and then it was just in the matter of a month, it was
I can't
through
imagine.
the roof
Because you add
insane.
in like a catalyst like TikTok that adds to the virality of whatever the hell you got going on, and it's changed the way music is.
Absolutely.
And maybe even to a certain bad degree too, because
Yeah, I
like
have to
our
agree.
attention spans are definitely lowered. Like, do you think that like these snippets of songs have become more popular than the actual song itself?
Yes.
Because I find myself like finding songs on TikTok that are like, oh, I love this, and I listen to it, I'm like, I hate the song, but I love this part.
Dude, I completely relate to that, especially when TikTok first really took off.
Right.
You'd hear all these songs, and like the term TikTok song, oh, you listen to TikTok songs, whatever, that was a big deal for a couple years.
It was.
And it couldn't be any more true. I would listen, I'd hear that little bit that's going viral, I'd be like, oh, this song slaps. Listen to the whole version. It's like, where the fuck do people like this shit?
Yeah.
I feel like it changed music in the way that people made music, because they
Yes.
just wanted to make 15 seconds that hit really hard and then fill in the rest, because they wanted to make that clip that is a shareable sound on TikTok.
You're right.
I mean, with us being content creators and stuff, we've known that making sounds that are shareable is very valuable. So for these music creators, that's what they want to do. So
Right. Because like it's such a weird thing too, because like you can go viral not just from a video but from a sound or from a comment now. You know, I see a lot of these comments that are like, use this comment as the dislike button, and it'll get like 1,000 likes within the first minute of it being posted.
Dude.
And sometimes the like or that comment will have more likes than the video, and it's like, oh,
I'll tell you
a
what,
bad
man,
look.
there's nothing that hurts more. Like, hate comments suck. But when you see a hate comment about yourself and there's like 100+ likes on it, it's oh man, that many people agree with it.
but you just gotta push past and just know it's driving the algorithm, getting you more views.
Oh, for
and get you
sure.
more
Yeah.
exposure.
Any
Right.
publicity is good publicity.
Exactly. And even if it's 4 bad ones, you might get one person that fucks with your shit and wants to stick around.
Yeah.
So
I saw actually a hell of a banger on our YouTube short clip this morning, and it was an older gentleman, and it said, if podcasts were around when I was a kid, I still wouldn't go on this one.
Tim, that one hits.
Roasted.
I was like,
Oh
all
my
right, that's
God,
fair.
dude.
That's fair. That's a good one.
I think the stereotypical one I think that I've seen a lot is always, this is a prime example why everybody doesn't need a podcast. I feel like I've seen that one like 20 times.
A lot. So now, you know, from when we started this, I think like part of what helped us grow was just total blind confidence. Like
Spaghetti
this
theory.
is the best thing that we've ever done, and it's always cool. And now looking back at it, it's like, oh, this was bad, you know? Did you think that from the beginning, like when you and Travis first started making songs together? Like, did you think immediately like this could be something, or were you like,
So
we need to grow this?
I like this topic because I was a fan of Trav before I even started making music. And once I started getting into music, it was like, hey, this guy spits bars and I'm making music. We're in the same city. Hey, you want to do something? And that was when Country Drunk happened, because we agreed to do a collab of some sort. I actually sent him that beat and he sent it back to me finished that night. And I was like, what? Like,
Damn, that's crazy.
that's all you needed?
That's
Like,
quick.
No more time. Yeah, so we whipped that out and the rest is history. You know?
That's so cool. That's so cool. So from the start, were you like, yeah, this is cool? Or you said you were already a fan. So you already, you were, in your head, working with him was already next level for what you were
and
already doing.
It was never about numbers. It was just about making music and having fun with it, you know?
Absolutely.
And I'd show it to everybody and there wasn't usually anyone that didn't like it,
Right.
you know, especially the ones from Wisconsin, you know, as
Right.
most of it applies to us, you know, but yeah, he definitely had it from the get-go. And
when you are approached by like friends and family about like what you do as far as your passions go, like when it comes to the music, because we get this every once in a while where they're like, how's that little podcast thing going?
No.
How's that radio show?
That's the one.
How's that little radio show
You still
going?
doing that radio show?
Do you ever get that? Like, how's that music thing going?
oh God.
And how do
All
you
the
respond to that?
I mean, usually it's just the casual conversation brush up, you know, it's doing good, you know. We're
Yeah.
just
To say, how's
putting
your
out a new song, you know.
how's your fucking crocheting, Karen? How's your quilt coming along?
How's your failed marriage?
Hey, I heard your kid dropped out of college last week. That's cool. Fuck you,
I just
bitch.
feel like they downplay it like right out the gate.
Right,
so then
right.
I just don't even want to give them much.
I really like being like, it's going really good, and then
Exactly.
and then going into like
Yeah, dude.
something like a small win that week. I'll be like, yeah, it's going really good. We actually just got 5 million views on YouTube, so like that's awesome. And then like kind of make them be like, yeah, that is really cool.
like, fuck.
Make them kind of eat it a little bit.
Because at first I was embarrassed about it. You know, like when people would approach me in a weird way. We didn't have very many followers, but you know, it was just weird when I didn't know how to react. And when I wouldn't like really stand up for it right away, it would give people that invite to be like, yeah, that shit's so fucking lame. And then my feelings are hurt. But every time I've done the confidence thing, they're like, that's so cool, man. I love your
that's
shit.
sick.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
I have done that so many times where people will ask this, how's that radio show going and shit like that, and then you just feed into it, like really go over.
Thanks
the
for
top.
asking, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is awesome. You know, I mean, here's the thing: everybody has hobbies, and here's the problem with ours, with the music and with podcasting. Everything is it's completely public, and everybody sees what our hobbies are. So, you know. Most people, their hobbies are they have a 9-to-5 job and they go home and drink a case of beer every night.
Right.
So you're not advertising that. If that's what your hobby is, that's what you like to do. Fuck around with some woodwork,
Shout out
whatever.
Scrat. That's his fucking hobby. Fucking let's get off, get drunk.
I would just say I know people, but
pass
you're
out on the couch.
Oh my
you're trying to get evicted.
Shout out my
buddy.
boy.
that's your landlord.
Yeah.
Hey, it's my boy, dude. Every morning I walk out to go to the bathroom in the morning before work. He's just chilling on the couch. I'm like, what's up, Scrat? He's fucking curing his hangover. It's just that relationship we got, man.
Sometimes the couch is better than the
Or
bed. man.
I'll walk in, I'll turn the light on. He's just like, what the fuck? Hey, man, shouldn't be sleeping on the couch, brother.
Sammy boy.
So in any creative field, you know, we get into the scrats where like they rely on drugs and alcohol to calm their nerves to, at the end of the day. Like when you're working in your creative process, like we have all been to a point where it's like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Have you ever hit a crossroad where it's like, I don't know if I want to do fucking music like this anymore, at least?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at right now with in terms of like dubstep and stuff, because that's really where my individual music career really started, you know, making moves and stuff. But when I look at that culture or that scene, is if you are big in dubstep, you're playing 100, 200 shows a year.
Right.
You know, and that is absolutely the complete polar opposite of what I want with my musical career. You know, and being also with a much smaller demographic, you got to do a whole lot more to pay those bills.
Right.
You know, and I feel like this is a calling, you know, us just starting to work together and everything happening at the time that it did, you know, and I've really shifted my focus into hip hop and, you know, yeah, I might go back and make a dubstep song here and there or something, but it's never going to be with the intent to drive my numbers up or, you know, get a big show or something like that. It's just...
I like that. I like that a lot.
Have you ever tried to maybe branch out with him to diversify the content and maybe get a sample to do some sort of dubstep or more of a electronic song, which is a sample from him?
So he has actually sent me some, I guess, watermarks, if you will. And I've actually put those in a couple of my dubstep songs. But as far as like kind of blending the two, I think Trav has been more on my back than the other way around with that. He's always been like, yeah, let's do something.
Yeah,
do everything.
That's sweet.
Everything in this realm is so much easier said than done.
Right.
You know, you can't force creativity. You can't,
you can't
just manifest things out of thin air. It really sometimes takes time.
So fucking Sam did it.
Hey, man. I'm a fucking hero, brother. What y'all saying?
So now when you get in these periods of where you're working super hard on a certain project or just a passion in general, and you don't see a lot of feedback coming out of that, what was that funny? Is that funny to you?
Just making fun of you for being boring. I don't know.
No, I don't know. He just made a face, so I made a face. I just like fucking with you.
What I'm asking is, when you get too deep into something, how do you prevent yourself from burning out? Like, how do you, when you're burning it at both ends, how do you stop it from taking it over and making it not fun anymore?
Good question, buddy.
I mean, it's very different now than it was a couple years ago and before that, because this is my full-time job. I have a part-time gig on the side just to pay bills and have some extra spending money, but overall this is my full-time job now. So back in the day, if I wasn't feeling it or something, you know what I'd do? We're going up to the X and we're going to pop up and play some Halo or something, and that was just kind of the routine that I was getting into. But
I thought you were going to say you were going to log on to the hub or something.
I thought you said I thought when you said X, I was thinking X videos.
Me too.
Hey, brother, I was on X videos this afternoon, man. Don't be hating.
We all got our vices,
Shit, man.
No, I totally get what you're saying though. So it's like it's a different thing when it's paying your bills.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I also have somebody else relying on me. Trav wants to hear the finished product and he wants it as good as possible. I've never heard any complaints, but to me, I want to bring my A game every time. And if I don't get there, it ends up taking longer and longer. Right. And the weird thing about my position is with mixing and mastering, it's almost the longer that I'm in the studio, the worse it's going to get. Because after a couple of hours, your ears need a break, and you don't perceive things as they actually are, and you end up doing more damage to what you're working on than not.
I totally get that.
You really have to pace yourself, and being somebody that's diagnosed with OCD and ADHD, that is not an easy task for me. So
how do you get diagnosed? Because I feel like I might be right there with you, brother.
Give me a recommendation.
Yeah.
In the state of Minnesota, it only cost me about $3,000.
Just to tell you you're fucked up?
Yeah. Here's the kicker. I just moved up from Arizona, and my doctor already gave me a prescription and diagnosed it, and I still had to go through that whole process in Minnesota.
Can I go off on a little tangent on mental shit a little bit? I just found out today, Botox has been heard to change that. Botox can help with some of the mental shit because it pushes against your some sort of gland that is that has contributed to your OCD and your anxiety and everything like that. So I was like, fuck, I was going to look into that. It is very interesting.
In episode 2. I'm going to come in with big ass.
It's not like
Tyler comes in, he's got Kim K lips.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I've never been happier.
I was thinking about asking my doctor about it, but whatever. Sorry. That was
so, Trips, I got to be real with you, man.
Yeah.
I've had this theory I've been building up for a little while here, ever since the last time we talked to Travis. And so you're from Prescott.
Yes.
Prescott is just across the Minnesota border into Wisconsin. Here's the deal, man. I'm pretty convinced that you Prescott fuckers are basically just Minnesota people, man. If you guys got to go to the cities, you come to Minnesota. There's a big event, you come to Minnesota. Basically, anything that you can't do in Prescott, you make the trip across the border. I'm not listening to this shit, man. You guys are Minnesota true and through, and I'm just sick of sitting here and taking this Wisconsin shit.
So I'll tell you what. I'll be honest with you. I actually moved from Woodbury over to Prescott in 8th grade, and that is where I ended up graduating. So I'm not born and raised.
Fuck, you already had that Minnesota in you,
and
man.
I actually live in Minnesota right now.
Fuck.
So
Prescott kids, Minnesota, baby, represent.
But I will say that I can't speak for the rest of Wisconsin, but Prescott individually, I have never met the most unique individuals anywhere. period.
It's that small town living. Like I feel like how small towns are extremely diverse, and people in the cities and stuff don't see it and don't think that. They think we're all just like Hicks and shit, but we all have such a diverse little groups of different people. You can find every single different person.
I mean, even just looking at me, I got piercings in my face. You know, you wouldn't expect me to blend right in with a small town crowd. That's
at the old local bar.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
With the fucking drunk that's like, what's them things in your lip, boy?
Oh, the amount of times I've heard that. Hey, I got a pliers. Let me get that for you.
You ever run by a magnet?
I've heard it all. But yeah, I mean, point I'm making is that just everybody in Prescott is just, they're unique in their own individual way, you know, and we kind of just blend together because of that. And I think that's what's so dope about Prescott.
Yeah.
True, because I think for me, it's more jealousy, man, because I see Wisconsin, I see these social media people, I see the artists, I see, you know, anyone that's in some sort of media, and they all work together. It's more of a community. In Minnesota, there's really no community of creators whatsoever.
Not really.
I don't think we have one single, besides Waterwave, shout out Waterwave. I think he's our only Minnesota collab friend that we even have.
Voices by Jake.
Voices by Jake, baby. That's our dude. Good. Thanks for ruining.
And I wasn't
whole
even here
fucking
for that. I never even met him.
But like, I guess I'm just jealous of Wisconsin, man. And every time I go over there, it's a different fucking place, dude. The way that they drink over there in those small towns.
You're right.
Because I'm from small town Minnesota. I thought we had it. I thought we knew how it worked. I
gotta limit myself on how much I go there for that reason.
Dude,
you know, it's like,
so my dad.
I keep going. I'm gonna derail fast.
Oh yeah.
My dad is Wisconsin born and raised. And this man, to this day, if he goes over to Wisconsin, you know it's bad news. He can't handle himself over in Wisconsin. Like, my mom gets anxiety when he even mentions the Wisconsin in general. So, like, it's just, you know what? Fuck you guys for being from Wisconsin. We're so close. And
you're just jealous.
I am jealous. It annoys me, man. We were too close.
It's not a bad place. Here's one thing I got to get off my chest, though. Sam says true and through. Is it not through and through?
No, that's a stupid.
It's through and through.
But he tries to call me out. He
this.
fucking sounds like an
True
idiot.
and through.
True and
George
through.
is shaking his head.
I'm a Pine City boy. True and through. What the fuck?
Through and through.
That's stupid as fuck. That makes no sense.
That's what it is.
Fucking old man.
I just wanted to make sure I heard you right, because I heard you just say that a little bit ago. And I've heard it multiple times. I'm like, did he really say true?
He's trying to break out of the norm.
I don't know if maybe this is like a younger generation thing and your old ass can't comprehend it. I don't know.
He's trying to create merch over here
what's
on
going
tap,
on.
true and through, and you're just
True and through. Does
You
that
ever watch
not make
Trailer
sense?
Park Boys?
Yeah.
It's like the Ricky-isms. Now you got your Samisms here for on
Fuck
tap.
you guys.
Fucking right, dude. Getting two birds stoned at once, buddy.
Smart one here. You guys
Doesn't
don't
take
know.
much
water under the
appliances to
fridge.
figure that out.
Yeah.
I got to piss real bad. Let's take a little bathroom.
I actually
Time
do
for a
too.
bathroom break. The boys will be right back.
Hey, bitches.
You need a new bitchin' hat?
Head on over to the description of this video and click the link for twistedbitchcattlecompany.com. Use code ONTAP10 for 10% off your next order to get yourself one of these bitchin' hats.
Don't be a bitch. All right, guys, we're back from the bathroom break. We're gonna come out strong.
Yeah, that was bad.
Damn,
Tyler, bring us
I put a lot into that, man. I thought that was good.
No, go ahead. I just want to fuck with you.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Gather yourself.
All right. We
Pull
are
it in.
back, guys. We are back from the bathroom
Well,
break.
hold on. One more time.
No, wait.
It sounded funny in my headphones.
So there's this guy on TikTok named Frog Army. He has a frog army.
Fuck you. I didn't do this to you. I didn't start this. No, you can go.
All right. All right, shit. Cody's transgender, and we're back from bathroom break. Boys, we've got ourselves a Ronnie D and Dr. Pepper bomb shot. So
Well, hey, we can't do this without you doing the sound.
Ronnie D and Dr. Pepper.
There we go.
Hell yeah, buddy.
What a beautiful song. Let me just rewind here back to October 15th of 2022.
Oh, that's off-brand, buddy. That's way off-brand.
Sam gets up on a flatbed trailer with DPK.
Honestly.
Singing Ronnie D and
was
Dr.
gold.
Pepper.
One of my biggest regrets in my life is how I blocked the camera shot. But you were in the back of the trailer. I'm sorry. I was in front of you ripping, and you're singing back there, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Here's the thing, though. The whole moment, it was so intense for me, and like I was so nervous. I think now I would have capitalized better. I'd have been right up front next to you, fucking crowd playing. You know, I think I took advantage of the moment, but I could have taken more advantage.
That's the first
You killed
time I met Trips.
Yep.
Yeah, he came up in a
too.
car and I said, "Hey," I'm like, "Who are you?" He's like, "We're with Travis DPK." I'm like, "Oh fuck, sorry, dude. Yeah, go ahead." And he said who he was. I'm like, Shit,
I don't.
okay."
I don't. He said that we met at On Tap in the Six.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
were
remember
going.
meeting him.
You were in your
my
own
mind was
world.
in a million other places.
I remember meeting him at the gate, and I was absolutely strung out, and not as much as you.
Yeah,
I
if
will
you
say.
guys met Cody at On Tap in the Sticks, first of all, I'm sorry for you. Second of all, that is not the Cody we know and love. That was the one that you avoid talking to.
I was stressed out. I didn't eat for like 3 days before the event.
But you killed the event.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun. Thank
Nailed
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
It was so fun.
I
mean,
appreciate it too.
So what are we doing next year? We got to plan this. We don't have to plan it on air here, but we're gonna get this thing even bigger next year.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna at least be. I'm gonna say it's gonna be triple the size. What was our attendance last year?
350.
350. Okay, so let's say we'll just go for 1,000.
Dude,
Yeah, might as
we
well
get
if you're
a fucking
tripling it.
1,000
Yeah.
people there, man. Like, I don't think that would be the best night in Pine City history if we had 1,000 people at On Tap in the States.
I mean, I don't want to say it, but I feel like that was the best time in Pine City history. Like, I know that the Pine County Fair is awesome, but not that much of a vibe. Like, that was, I mean, where do you find the world's smallest stripper?
dude, that
Yeah.
was a huge hit.
That was the craziest thing I've ever seen, and that was a surprise to me. I
mean,
think that was
we
a surprise to all of us.
It was a surprise to all of us. She's friends with one of the
Dude,
DJs.
I
but
saw
we gotta
her-
get Sassy Cassie back next year.
I saw her like sitting on this bench, and I remember walking by, and it scared the fuck out of me. Like, I thought she was like a small child. She was sitting by herself. I'm like, who the fuck just left their small child sitting here all alone? I was very
so
concerned.
lost, and then it just popped into my head a memory. I was DJing, and I turned around, and I had to do like a triple take.
It was like a fever dream. You're like, what the fuck? What'd I get myself?
Crazy.
She was
so
there
nice.
when I got there.
She was so
You know,
nice.
and it
Shout
just-
out to her and her fiance pulling
Absolutely.
up.
Yeah.
They obviously didn't know what the event was because they pull up in a very nice Jaguar F Type
In a fucking
slam
field.
into a
No.
field. And I mean, this field that we were in was rutted up.
It was bad. Trust me.
I was crying
I
driving
brush hogged the
in my
place.
Ankles were
car.
broken.
I brush hogged the place, and it fucking fucked my back up, buddy. It's pretty rough.
But hey, I want to give a shout out where shout outs due. Shout out Gage Havel. He actually told me today that On Tap in the Sticks was better than any Pine County fair he's ever been to.
Really?
I think it's just
That's a big compliment.
it's the people. I
It
mean,
is.
The vibes were there.
every Pine County Fair, you got to fight. We never had a fight.
And
We got rid of them first.
Speaking of vibes, I want to speak about a place in the United States, one of our favorite states to talk about. They've got lots of people that like to vibe. Cody, bring us in, brother.
Pass the torch.
All right.
Don't you dare cut me off, motherfucker.
Dude, I'm so sorry. All right, this week's Florida Man of the Week is Leckenbrick Hannah, who is 31 and a resident of Miami. Miami fire rescue crews were conducting a training exercise in North Miami Beach when one of their trucks just drove off. The truck struck a police cruiser, where Hannah then proceeded to lead them on a multi-county chase where he was in a stolen fire truck the entire time. After about 2.5 hours, he finally pulled off onto the side of the road, where he was taken into custody and charged with grand theft of emergency equipment. So this guy,
Oh, that's a real charge. Grand theft of emergency equipment.
yeah, and I
didn't even know
I
that.
know grand theft is a pretty serious one. I can't imagine if you add emergency equipment to it.
Pull me up those notes. I need to read that name for myself.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
let's
wait
see.
till-
Let's see how you pronounce that, dude.
Oh, shit. What's your password?
420
No,
with an extra zero.
seriously.
Okay. Leckenbrick Hannah. Leckenbrick Hannah? He's right. That's a messed up name. I
it's
thought
a
you
fuck
just
name.
butchered the name, honestly. That's
Yeah,
a
laugh
messed up
through
name.
my bit again. Makes it way better. I'm so glad you guys just were laughing.
I'm
through
so
it.
glad. Leckenbrick Hannah just absolutely took a fire truck on a joyride.
Is that Irish?
beats me, dude. All I know is this. Okay, so there's a couple ways to think about this. First of all, I want to know what's going through this guy's head. So there is a police and fire department training going on where the fire trucks are just parked. Mm-hmm. So this guy had to just be walking down the street and was like, "Fuck, That fire truck looks like a good time. And then to steal it, hit a police cruiser on your way out. Luckily, they reported there was no one in it at the time. Hits the police cruiser, takes off. Dude, there is videos of this fire truck just hauling ass. Cops are on both sides of it. This man's a legend. I mean, I don't recommend stealing a fire truck ever, but dude, that's badass, man. If you're going to do something crazy, that's a good one.
This is 100% an example of my boy Leckenbrecht let the intrusive thoughts win. You can't say all of us have not
100%.
had intrusive thoughts of, holy fuck, I could do this. I could do this. Like, but hey, no, I'm a normal person. I don't want to be in jail for the next fucking year of my life. And my boy Hanna Leckenbrecht fucking went for it. And it's like, I'm going to live my life now. And you know that guy woke up with some fucking regrets.
Oh, dude. Honestly, I don't know if he did because this man was on a 2.5 hour chase.
Dude, honestly, hey, worth it.
You'd have thought at some point he'd be like, oh, wow, this is not good. I'm going to jail for a long time.
Yeah, but that's when you realize you got to make it really worth it. Like, you got to keep it going as long as you possibly can because you know this is the last time you're going to be having any sort of fun for the next. Like, what do you think he's going to get, like, what, a year? 2 years?
Dude, I mean...
I don't even... Hey, Jamie, will you look up what you get grand theft of an emergency vehicle? Hold on, not on that computer. You got to look it up on your phone.
He's going to shut down the recording.
I just saw the mouse moving on here. Like, grand theft of an emergency vehicle.
So once you finally pull over, because from what I read, he just eventually just pulled over, gave up. Cops draw their guns, get him out of the vehicle, handcuff him. Like, it's been 2.5 hours, man. What do you think finally, like, if you could put yourself in his position, what do you think was going through his head where he's like, fuck it?
Comes out with the fire hose.
2 years?
Yeah, just like, how do I...
Up to 3.
You said what?
Up to 3.
Up to
ma-
3
Pretty sure,
years.
like, any reckless driving offense is added
Oh.
into that as well.
For maximum?
So he hit the cop car, so that's more.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
assault of a police officer.
Dude, this sounds completely worth it. If that's all you get and you get to go on an absolute joyride in a fucking fire truck,
My guy
that is
probably
every
just got
little
bored.
kid's dream. To
Oh,
go rip
for
in
sure.
a fire truck?
Should we go find one, Sam?
Hey, I'm down. There's actually a couple down the road.
Dude, I got a buddy that owns one.
Wait, there's a couple?
There's a couple.
Oh, it's on.
Right
There's
at
a
the-
whole
right
firehouse
at
a
the
block
firehouse.
away, dude. Let's run it up. Yeah, I got a buddy that bought a ladder truck, and he's just got it sitting in his front yard with a fucking with an American flag off it, fully extended. I'm like, dude, this is the most fucking patriotic yard I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible.
I love
He's like, I got a good deal on it. What the fuck? I love rednecks, dude.
Yeah, speaking of that, Prescott is basically just the bigger version of Pine City on a bigger river.
I'm just saying the more I talk to you guys, the more similarities I'm pulling out, definitely.
Well, and they always call themselves PC kids, which just annoys the fuck out of me. PC kids, Prescott kids, bullshit. That's the Pine City kids, baby. That's how it's
I thought
always
you were saying
been.
like Prescott. I was like,
Oh.
I've never heard that in my life.
Politically correct. I prefer.
Okay.
We are very
So,
politically correct, John.
Being that it's a very similar city, obviously a lot of redneck shit goes on down in this neck of the woods.
Oh yeah.
Can you name off some redneck shit that you've seen go down in Prescott?
Man. I
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
I know I put you on the spot. I
Dude,
should have prepared you. Been
Do
like,
you
hey, need to do
remember?
some redneck
Do you remember the bar that we were at in Prescott for your bachelor party? Right when we crossed over the bridge, it was on the right on Main Street, like the first bar on the right.
shit? Squirrel something?
Maybe, but there was a guy there, like
I've
some
been
like
to Squirrel.
some like 50-year-old dude or something that was bragging about the moonshine. He was bragging about the moonshine he makes.
No,
right?
no, that was in Maiden Rock.
No, dude. That was in Prescott.
Oh,
For sure. And this guy's like, yeah, go to the strip club, Sugars.
there's 2 dartboards in the back. That's
Yeah.
in Hager City.
Yes, but he said go to Sugars and ask them for his shit.
He said Joe. His name was Joe.
yeah.
Something Joe.
And I'm like, dude, this is totally Pine City shit.
Okay,
like this
so
guy was
maybe
like,
you would know. Maybe you would know, Trips.
What's that?
The bar you walk in, it's an L shape.
I'm literally looking.
Yeah,
looking
it was
now.
right
L
over
shape.
the fucking bridge on the right.
There's a dartboard right at the back left when you walk in. There's a guy named Joe that's hanging out there all the time, apparently. He gets kicked out of sugars.
It was scabs.
Okay.
Scabs
for sure.
Oh, that's real close to
gonna say, 'cause,
squirrel.
like, the
Good
first
call,
one-
Cody.
S.
Starts with an
Started
S.
with an S.
Why is your
I
mind
was thinking of the
squirrels.
squirrel cage.
It is now
squirrel
squirrels.
cage? That's a place.
Yeah, that's north, right?
Squirrel Cage is in over Siren Webster. Is it not?
No, it's not.
No,
Squirrel Cage is up like Stone Lake.
Sure, sounds right.
I actually met a stripper recently named Kit Kat. Shout out Kit Kat.
No shit.
Good shit, man.
Where'd you
I'm
meet
about
her
it.
at?
At the strip club, dude. What do you fucking think? You think I just run into
Fucking
strippers in my
Walmart.
free time?
I didn't know if honestly, because like
Wait, were you at Misty's when you were in Siren?
I was at Misty's, dude. I don't think there's a time I go to Siren and I don't hit Misty's.
Did you smoke a cigarette in there?
No, I've never smoked one in there. If I could, I'd fucking take that opportunity up. I did have a dart with 3 of the strippers outside, though. I was wheeling them. You know what's up.
Dude, that's one thing I love about Wisconsin is you can find those really dive bars that still let you smoke cigs in there. And it's like, hey, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I have to.
I agree.
I have to experience
agree.
this right now.
I would much rather get firsthand cancer than secondhand cancer. And if everyone else is smoking, I'm gonna smoke.
Yeah.
No,
And-
you couldn't have said it better yourself, Cody, because if you're going to get that cancer from the secondhand, just fucking smoke your own dart,
Might as well.
man.
It's way more enjoyable.
Might as well enjoy it.
So
It's a good time.
Some of these bars in Wisconsin, I don't know if people know this or not, but they have tip jars that have a sign on them that'll say, if you put $5 in here, you can smoke as many cigarettes as you want because this pays the fine when they come in and say, you guys can't smoke cigarettes in here.
Pays for the fine.
Put $100 in that fucking thing, dude.
It's so fucking
I don't even smoke cigarettes, but if I'm allowed to inside, I'll fucking rip them all day.
Cigs inside just hit different.
Yeah. It's like, but you better. Well, they sell cigarettes inside the bars in Wisconsin too. Like honestly, it's the place to be an alcoholic. That's the thing. If you want to go drink, you want to have a great ass time. Wisconsin is incredible.
Dude, I actually got
Bring
fucked
your
over
kids.
in
They can
Wisconsin
drink too.
recently.
Yes, dude. Your kids can drink in Wisconsin.
That shit blew my mind the first time I heard that if I was just sitting next to my dad, I could order a beer. Like,
What is it, 12 or 13?
I don't even think there's an age, dude.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like 12 or 13.
I remember when I was 17 and our buddy's mom said that we were all her kids and we were all able to drink and they're all chill with it. And it was just such a mind-blowing fucking experience. It was fucking insane.
Basically, Wisconsin leaves it up to the bartender. If they're willing to serve you, then
And they
you just
still
drink.
do they still do this? Is this still a thing?
As far as I know.
Okay, here's the deal. I fucking hate 2023. But that is incredible that we still have our roots.
that gives me hope.
Yes.
Hope in life.
We come
Dude,
back to the tree of life. The roots are still strong. We can still go back to our
Wisconsin is
ancestors.
just what Minnesota would be if it was cooler.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Well, that's what happens when all of your economy is based on alcohol. I mean,
You're right. That is a part of it. That is a part of it.
Big part.
Alcohol and cheese curds is what's thriving for the economy
Absolutely.
of
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
hey, what do you got in Wisconsin? Beer, cheese, soup. Put them all together, beer,
And
cheese, soup.
sexy fucking women, dude. The cream of the crop comes straight from Wisconsin.
Cream of the crop.
Hey, is that a new saying? Do I get that one too?
No, dude. No. Cream of the crop, isn't that what wrestler?
Randy Savage.
Randy
Savage.
fucking
They made me aware during the bathroom break that true and through is not a real saying, and it's something I just
It's
made
yours
up.
now,
so
dude.
now it's mine. I'm
It's a
coining
staple.
it at this very moment. That's my saying. No one else is allowed to say it unless they give me credit.
That's water under the fridge, bud.
That's yours. You get that? No, that's a
not
Ricky one. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up.
That's just a suburban legend.
It is what it is. It is what it is at this point. Honestly, hey, what do you guys say we just maybe hit a couple of roof beers and maybe hit a bar or two?
You actually can? Yeah, bull fucking shit. You're gonna
See,
dip out
Cody
for
Cody
sure.
likes to play this game.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
for
I'll
our
call you. How
listeners
about I
here-
call your wife
Don't-
and ask her if you can come out?
Yeah.
Cody's
okay, I'm
the
down for that.
lamest friend that I have. He lies
No, he's
all
got
the
so.
time.
Don't say that though, because he's got so much going on.
Fuck that.
I will.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you.
I do understand.
No,
how
Cody's the type
absolutely
of guy
strung
that
out
likes
this
to
is.
sit there and pretend he has a lot going on, but really he's
Mm-hmm.
just fucking sitting on the couch. Like,
All
I'm
right.
so fucking sick of this shit.
Cody, I
What's a
feel your
couch
pain.
even? I don't even know. What's a couch at this point? I have no idea.
I'm the same amongst our friends.
Well, hey,
I get the same shit.
Trips.
Okay.
Thanks for coming through, man.
Yeah,
this
of
was
course,
great.
man.
We
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
Yeah, I just want to say, how about Sam, Cody, Tyler, shut the fuck up. Let's let Trips talk for a little bit. Let's just I feel like ever since the bathroom break, we've just been
You're right.
going
We've been
off
dominating
right
the
now.
conversation.
What do you got to say? Tell us something that we don't know.
Tell you something you don't know.
I do have one question for you too.
Ask away, man.
You think Dogecoin's still hitting the moon, man, or what? What's the deal?
I am actually a day trader, portfolio manager, and technical analyst. And that is something I will never touch with a 10-foot pole.
I heard you were a big Doge guy. I heard you were on that shit from the start.
Wait, you were saying you are, but you won't touch it with a 10-foot pole? What, like not no more? Like
No, there's other
you won't touch Doge.
I am heavy into crypto. I will not touch Doge with a 10-foot pole.
That's
Fucking A.
That's why
Thanks
you
for
ain't
the
rich,
advice,
dog.
man, because I got about a couple $100,000.
Hey,
I still have Doge. I am holding. I don't give a fuck. I got
want
it.
to brag, but I made a small bag on Dogecoin.
Hell yeah.
I made
All it is a
did
pump
not.
and dump. So if
100%.
it's there to make money, but you got to close out.
Yep.
If you just hold, you're going to take the L.
I've been doing that for years.
I've been doing that for years.
Some people
Trips,
call them
where can
blunkins,
people
though.
find you on all your socials? Where can they follow you?
Trips official.
TRYPZ.
Correct.
The Trips Official.
Yes, sir.
Where do they find you on the weekdays?
On the weekdays?
Yeah.
You're going to have to come find me.
All right, brother. We'll see you again.
Thanks
Cheers.
for coming
Much
through,
love, guys.
man.
Stay faded.
Appreciate it. For the man of the week.
No, fuck you. You don't get that. That's my fucking bit. You
I
can
love
take the
doing
intro. Never again. Cut it out.